The NFL will have an 18-week season for the first time ever, and it kicks off on Thursday night with the defending champions taking on America's team and the return of Dak Prescott.
Woo! Yeah!
And speaking of returning, all 22 starters are back for the Bucs as they take dead aim at a repeat.
Show them I'm still young, Griff.
And don't forget, Brady and the Bucs also face his former team in Foxborough on October 3rd.
When Mac Jones came out, it seemed like he was a little bit more poised than he's been. He's done a really good job.
They'll be going against someone half Brady's age in rookie Mac Jones, and there will be a few other high-profile rookies under center come week 1 as well. The biggest being the top 2 overall picks, Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson. They'll go head-to-head in week 16. It'll be just the 4th time a pair of rookie QBs taken 1 and 2 overall will face off. And roaming the sidelines for the Jags will be Urban Meyer, making his NFL debut this year. Across from him will be another first-time head man in Robert Saleh.
This is going to be a fun group to work with.
In Chicago, can another rookie, Justin Fields, end the tradition of poor quarterback play in the Windy City? Since 1970, the Bears have only had 2 Pro Bowl quarterbacks tied for fewest in the league.
I just want to get in a rhythm. Everything's just choppy.
And then there are plenty of old QB faces in new places as well. Sam Darnold tries to rebuild his career in Carolina with the help of a healthy Christian McCaffrey. Teddy Bridgewater heads off to Mile High to try out all their shiny young weapons. Carson Wentz moves on to Indy to take over for Phillip Rivers. And Fitzmagic reappears in Washington, where one of the top defenses in the league hopes to get them back into the postseason.
Let's go! Let's go!
Then there was maybe the biggest trade of the offseason that sent Jared Goff to Detroit and Matthew Stafford to the Rams. Those two will face each other in their new colors in Week 7. The Saints have a new man under center after Drew Brees said goodbye to a legendary career. Veteran gunslinger Jameis Winston takes over after beating out Taysom Hill for the starting job.
That's how Jameis starts. Wow!
Another legend threatened to say goodbye, but decided to give it at least one more go with the pack. Reigning MVP Aaron Rodgers is coming off perhaps his best season and will be primed to go up against another MVP in Patrick Mahomes in Week 9 at Arrowhead.
Bingo! Energy tonight, baby! Yeah! When the ball comes your way, fly around and make something happen!
But will the AFC title go through KC, or will it go through Tennessee, who added Julio Jones to give them another electric option on offense, where Derrick Henry thrashed opposing defenses to the tune of 2,027 yards on the ground last year.
He is the baddest man in the NFL!
Those two teams face off October 24th. 1 week prior, the Titans get another AFC title contender in the Buffalo Bills, who locked up their QB, Josh Allen, with a massive $258 million deal this summer.
Hey, 17! Good job, baby. Keep going.
And in a crazy or perhaps genius bit of scheduling, the Bills and the Chiefs get together 1 week before that game on October 10th.
Better believe in us now, and if we don't see Josh Allen for MVP, we not watching y'all no more.
You get all that? Bills-Chiefs Week 5, Bills-Titans Week 6, and Chiefs-Titans Week 7.
That was kind of sweet.
Lamar Jackson will need some help if the Ravens are going to contend again. The dynamic QB led his team in passing and rushing in 2020. And keep an eye on some stars coming off big injuries. Joe Burrow returns from a knee injury to reunite with rookie Jamar Chase, but can they find success with a different group of Tigers?
Remember, if you're going down, just go down.
Yeah, I'm still learning how to do that.
OBJ is back as the Browns look to reach the playoffs in back-to-back years for the first time since the 1988-89 seasons.
Oh my God!
Saquon Barkley hopes his presence and the addition of electric rookie Kadarius Toney can solidify the Giants' offense.
He turns a 5-yarder into a 30-yarder very fast.
Meanwhile, the 49ers are looking for a bounce-back year after a number of high-profile injuries derailed their 2020 campaign.
Hey guys, this is weird.
Like any good infomercial, just wait, there's more.
That might be an endorsement, coach.
Kyle Pitts comes into Atlanta as the highest drafted tight end in the common draft era. But can the Falcons overcome the loss of Julio Jones? Jalen Hurts takes over full-time under center for the Eagles, but will he do enough to keep the Philly faithful at ease? Big Ben gives it perhaps one final go under center for Pittsburgh's high-flying passing offense. The Cardinals grabbed yet another Texan legend in J.J. Watt as Kyler Murray looks to climb higher in an uber-competitive NFC West.
Not even playing good yet. We can get this thing going, man. We can get this thing going, yeah?
Russell Wilson looks to build on his connection with DK Metcalf.
Hey, boy, let's get it, man.
Got you. All day.
Wilson became the only QB in league history to throw for 40 TDs and rush for more than 500 yards.
Russell Wilson, just magnificent again today.
Justin Jefferson was a gritty revelation in Minnesota, collecting 1,400 receiving yards, the most by a rookie in the Super Bowl era. But is the clock ticking on an inconsistent Kirk Cousins?
Ow! Freaking A! My fault!
Offensive Rookie of the Year, Justin Herbert, set a record for first-year QBs with 31 touchdown passes, and with a retooled offensive line, Herbert is poised for a massive year 2.
He's good enough. Our game plan's good enough. We're good enough. Lead from the front.
Tua Tagovailoa comes off a bumpy rookie year, but he adds his former Bama buddy Jalen Waddle as the Finns hope to top their 10-6 campaign in 2020 that was bolstered by a stout defense.
Got a pressure again. Ball comes out. The Dolphins pick it up.
And if it's fantasy you crave, there's a lot to digest from last season's performances. At QB, Josh Allen is the only signal caller in history to rush for at least 8 TDs in each of his first 3 seasons. Meanwhile, Kyler Murray collected the second most fantasy points of any QB in his first 2 seasons.
Yes, sir! Nice job. Yes, sir!
And yes, Alvin Kamara is a running back, but he's caught at least 80 passes in each of his first 4 years.
Jingle bell, AK, take it all the way. Hey!
As for true pass catchers, Devontae Adams grabbed 18 TDs, third most in NFL history, and he only needed 14 games to do it.
A sensational grab by Devontae Adams.
And Travis Kelce finished 2020 averaging more fantasy points per game than any tight end in history. And oh, by the way, he's been the top scoring fantasy tight end for 5 straight years.
Come on. That was a sparker right there. That's all that was. That was just to spark it up. Matriculating the ball down the field, baby.
With fans back in the stands, they'll be welcomed for the first time in a Vegas-style black hole at Allegiant Stadium, and in Southern California, where the season will culminate in Los Angeles with Super Bowl 56 at SoFi Stadium. Coming off a season like no other, we're not exactly sure what to expect other than pure, unrivaled excitement.